This is the movement from the New Haven cherry steeple clock that we're working on. We'll have a look at this bushing here that we're going to replace. And you can see how shockingly loose that is. It's the first wheel. Right, take top plate off. Take the wheel out. First thing we'll do is we'll check the pivot, see if it's got any lines on it, wear lines. We'll do that by putting our thumbnail on it, turning the wheel slowly and pulling our thumbnail down. There's no serious grooves in that. Do the other end while we're at it. Concentrating on feeling for a lump or a dent. Nope. Okay. So before we measure it up and start bushing, we'll use one of these 2000 mesh popsicle sticks that I've made. We place it on either side of the pivot, hold it lightly, like so, and then spin the arbor around. What that does is it removes any high spots that are hard to pick up with your thumbnail and polishes the pivot. Do the other end while we're at it. Spin it round, holding it relatively tight but not too tight. Okay, now first thing we do, we've got to measure the diameter of the pivot, check our vernier, make sure it's on 0. .60 mil. Right, we'll jot that down. Now, over our box of bushes, take the rubber band off. And we're looking for 1.60. We got number 49 is 1.60. We will probably come back to a 48, but we'll just check the 49 first. Take one of those out. That's a 49. Pushing out. Put it on our pad. Put the top back on our bushing box. We don't want to lose those and have to put them all back in the correct position again, measure them all. Right, let's see if that fits in. No, it doesn't. You can see the bushing sitting on top of the pivot there. So we'll actually use that one. There'll be very little broaching to do to bring that down to size. Right, so it's the number 49. Pop that in the dish. Back to our box of bushings again. They're the number 49. The external diameter is 3.50 mil. So we'll write that down. It's a number 49 bush, 3.50 external diameter. Right, it goes over there. Now we have to find the center of the bushing. So we use our center finding tool, which is that one there. Put it into the machine, tighten it down, then take up our plate. That's the bush we're working on there. Put a block under it. Tie the bush on top. Bring the center finding tool down till it holds it in the center. Bring the clamps in, left one, then the right one. Only just makes it, but it'll still hold it. Tighten it down, then lower the center finding tool again, make sure it's in the correct position. Yes, all right. So remove that. Because we're reaming out the 3.50 mil, we'll start off a couple of reamers down the line. We'll start off with a 2.47. It's a lot easier to take 3 little attempts at removing the bushing, the old bushing that's in there, as opposed to trying to knock it out all at once. Lower the machine, start turning the handle slowly, light pressure, don't want too much pressure. Once you're about halfway, bring it up, remove the swarf, drop the reamer down again and continue. Right, that's the first one. Remove the 2.47 mil reamer. 2.97 is the next size. Put it into the machine, tie it down. Once again, slowly with gentle pressure, start reaming out the old bushing. Halfway, take it up, remove the swarf, and then continue. Until the reamer goes all the way through. Then remove that reamer. 3.47 is our final size. Then we'll bush the hole out to 3.50. Lower the tool, turn it round again. These reamers cut very, very efficiently, so you don't need very much pressure on them. Running down, it's almost there. There we have it. Lift the machine up. Take the reamer out. Now we put in the hammer tool. That one there. Tighten it down. And then pick up the bushing. Before we do that, I'll take this out and have a Look and see, it looks slightly... Yeah, no, that side's alright. Yeah, the other side's... Right, pop that back in again, but before we do that, we'll have to get the center finding tool. You can't just hope it's about right. Tighten that down. That's the one we're working on there. Bring that down. That's going to be find the center again. Again. Secure the plate. Put the hammer tool in. This is an unusual little movement. I'm actually reaming it out from the front. Normally you ream it out from behind. I'm reaming it out from the front because this piece of metal here that holds the escape wheel is in the road. If we turn it over, it's going to hit underneath on the tool we've got underneath there. So we're going to have to put the bushing in the opposite direction that we normally do. So this time the oil sink is going to be on the outside, not the inside. Tap it down. The light hammer, you don't want a heavy one, light hammer. Couple of taps. See if it's down flat. Just about, yes, going in nice and squarely. Then hammer it home. Take the plate off. There's our new bush that we put in just there. That one. As you can see, they're vastly different than what the old ones look like over there and that one there. Right. Next thing we'll do, we'll try to put the wheel into our new bushing. It doesn't go in, obviously, it's a little bit too tight. So what we have to do is to ream that out. Now we need to find a reamer that's going to be a little bit larger than that hole in there. No, a little bit bigger than that. Have another look. That might be a bit too big, but we'll give it a try. See how it fits? No, it fits all right. Now we'll put that reamer into a pin vise. It seems to be a bit tight. Once loose, it should slide down a bit more on there. Right, back with the different pin vise. This one looks like it's going to fit. Tighten the pin vise down, make sure it's firm. Cutting broach is a 5-sided tool that very efficiently removes material, so we need to be very careful when we're using it. so we don't cut the hole too big too fast. If we do that, we have to start again. Okay, cutting broach into the hole, align it perpendicular with the plate in all directions because we want the hole to go straight through and not at an angle, and then very slowly start to turn the broach. 3 or 4 turns is sufficient, and then try to fit the wheel in. Pivot doesn't fit. Broach back into the hole again. A few turns, take it out. We're getting very close now. So only 1 or 2 turns. We don't want to go too far. There it is, fits in, turns round. Now we won't go any further on that till I've done the other bush on the back plate, and then we'll put the 2 together. Then we'll see how they fit together. Now that's the top. Now I'll complete the rest of this off camera, and then we'll come back and then we can get into the next part of the operation. Now I've finished doing the bushing on the front plate and the back plate. You can see the wheel spins pretty freely in there. Once we put oil on that, that'll run for at least 30 seconds. That's a pivot there we're looking at. You can see how tight it is now relative to how it was before. Right, I'll go ahead and finish the rest of these, then we'll come back and move on to the next step. If you want to learn how to service, repair and restore 19th and 20th century mechanical clocks, then subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell.